Good afternoon, everybody. I wanted to discuss with you guys for your Monday video something that I get asked quite a bit. Not even asked, but just a comment that gets made a lot that I really want to help you guys kind of understand and clarify. When somebody comes in, a lot of times they'll ask me, it might just be a muscle issue, or this hurts, but it might just be a muscle issue. And you hear the word muscle issue thrown around a lot. What I want to tell you guys is, in order for a muscle to do something, in order for a physiological change, and a muscle being tense would be a physiological change, there has to be a physiological reason for that to be happening. So, in the case of a muscle, or a muscle hurting you, or a muscle being tense, or a muscle being stiff, there's got to be a physiological reason for this. A muscle cannot flex. If I told you to flex your arm, or flex your chest, or to flex your abs, those muscles cannot flex without a nerve cell telling it to do so. So in those cases, you're actually physically having to you're having to think about, okay, I'm going to flex my arm, I'm going to flex my abs, I'm going to flex my chest. You're having to think about that. Your brain sending signals down through your spinal cord, out through those nerves, and telling that muscle to go ahead and contract. Now, when that's happening without you thinking about it, it's a physiological response. If I was just in a car accident and I had a whiplash, there would be a physiological response that would tell my muscles I need to tense up to protect a structure. Now, in that case that I just mentioned, you have the spine has a trauma to it. So in that case, an accident or a sports injury has a trauma to it. What's going to happen, all those joints in that spine, or certain joints in that spine, are now injured. Your body recognizes, okay, we have an injury here. So what it tries to do, what it naturally does, is it tenses up around that. It says we need to do everything we can do to protect that. So those muscles will get super stiff. You can't even move a lot of times because those muscles will be so stiff. And that's the same thing that happens after a sports injury. So when somebody comes in that kind of situation, realizing that their body's just been under a trauma, part of the problem, part of the issue then is we need to take the stress off of those joints. And sometimes people come in and the problem just happened. We just had some guy that came in and he fell on a trampoline. Those muscles are in extreme spasm. He just went through a injury process. We have to go and move a little bit slower. But the whole point is we need to get the pressure, we need to get the tension off of that joint. Now, another situation, and that can happen in the neck, it can happen in the low back, but those muscles are protecting an injured joint. And until you get the injury out of that joint, the muscles will not relax unless the injury's been there for so long that it transitions from an acute problem where those muscles are tense to a chronic problem. And that's what we want to avoid. We don't want those muscles getting flaccid with or not contracted with that problem still there. That's what leads to arthritis, that degeneration that a lot of us struggle with. It comes from an old injury where we just ignored the fact that those muscles were in spasm for so long. They went away, we thought we felt better, and now we're in worse pain than we've ever been in because that problem was never corrected. The second thing is, and I see this a lot with like restless leg syndrome, a lot of times we feel those little muscle tremors. If we have irritation of a nerve going out to a muscle, that's another situation where that muscle, where we'll get involuntary contractions. Restless leg syndrome is a very, very common thing. And typically, that's right down here at that low back where we have those nerves coming out. If we have irritation on one of those nerves, you're going to have involuntary muscle contractions or involuntary muscle spasms. And that's what we feel. A lot of times we'll start to feel it at night because all the motor nerves that have been working during the day are no longer working. Now we're feeling those little tiny irritations. So I wanted to help you guys understand this. I think it's a thing that we talk about in our culture a lot as far as muscle, bone. We need to understand that anything that's going on in our body, it's a physiological response to something else. It's your body telling you something is going on. If you have any questions about that specifically, go ahead and let me know. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day. I look forward to seeing you soon. Another thing, if you like these videos, I have a lot of you guys mention how much you like the videos. Subscribe to them because I'm going to start posting more on the channel. I don't want to be blowing you guys up through text messages all the time. I'll start posting more on our YouTube channel. If you subscribe to that link that's right under the video, you'll get a notification of that. If there's any way we can help you, any way you can help anybody you know, you please feel free to share the videos as well. Thank you guys so much. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.